Okay, so Sam, tell me again about what you were saying about Patrick. No, for my son Jesse.
This is the conversation that's happening in Hope for the Nations right now. Their traditional model of fundraising has been Ralph goes, develops relationships with wealthy businessmen, gets them on board, talks to them in person at dinner, they make donations. Step one. Step two, child sponsorships. Through selling the typical things at churches or whatever, through Ralph Goes or through the website. So they have about 1,000 child sponsorships. Neither model is sustainable. Because the wealthy businessmen will die. I mean, it's part of it, you need that part of it. And child sponsorships, people are realizing are not the most effective way of doing because if I sponsor a child, I want to get constant updates from that child, and I want to know how my child is doing every day. And it's very hard for an organization to keep those updates going. It's just logistically, it's very hard to do a good child sponsorship. So Hope is asking the question right now, this last few months, what is our next? How do we raise money for projects? They want to help. They want to help everybody. But it's at this stage, it's saying we have limited resources, so who do we give them to? Whereas the new conversation is how do we double our resources? How do we triple them? How do we get 10 times more so that we can help people everywhere? And that's through crowdsource, for both more wealthy businessmen, but also crowdsourcing. So using the internet effectively, basically. How do you use the internet effectively to create a platform, to communicate with people all over the world who are concerned about different causes, market in an authentic way that doesn't feel like a cash grab, or so on. So there's a number of different things. So they've introduced new branding, a new website that just came out. It's a little bit more design-friendly, graphic design-friendly to the 20-something mindset. And three things, and let me remind you. So video, peer-to-peer, and project-based, I think, are the three. So three of the things that they're doing, or that a good NGO does well. So you look at an NGO that has been super successful recently, is Charity Water. So Charity Water does tons of great video. So you go to their website, you watch a video, and you just get pumped. Like, man, these guys are doing such good work. They keep it simple, they build wells. You get clean water for communities. They have easily attainable projects. So it costs $2,000 to $5,000 to build a well. And so you can, your friends, if you get 200 of your Facebook friends to give $10, you can build a well. And you can get your name on it or something. You can get your name in the concrete. And then they'll take a photo and they'll send you the photo. Sam's name in the concrete of the well. And man, that feels fulfilling for me. And so I go to Charity Water, I see where my money goes, it builds something, and then I see a thank you that shows that they're thankful for what I did for them. And instead of marketing Charity Water to a bunch of people, they have Sam market to his friends. I'm going to build a well for my birthday, or for Christmas I don't want presents, so I'm going to build a well. We're going to do something together, or as a youth group we're going to do something together. So Facebook is best used Facebook is the pinnacle of everyone spends their time on Facebook, I'm sure you know, it's how people communicate and so on. You need to have a Facebook presence, but you can't just be spamming people with your stuff. What you need to do is get them to hop on your platform and market to their own friends. So they're not just sharing a Hope for the Nations link, but they're saying, hey, I want to sponsor 10 kids in Cambodia this year to go to school. Will you, my friends, help me do that? And then at the end of the year, they get key here, a video or at least a picture of those kids saying thank you, holding up a thank you Sam sign, or a video, thank you Sam for sending us to school.
Yeah.
Either at some point during that process, because then that builds loyalty, and then I'm like, oh, they actually appreciate what I'm doing, and it's actually going to be something that's helping real kids, and they showed me that, instead of like, where did my money go? Because there's so many NGOs I could give my money to. And the ones that will last are the ones that have good accountability, which means they do good thank yous. So this is what I'm hammering home with Hope, is thank yous. Is showing people the work and having people give thanks. Because if you do that, you will build loyalty, and then people will market you for you. You don't have to worry about marketing because they become a Hope ambassador, and they take on the Hope platform themselves and market to their own networks. And so what we had, our most successful fundraising in the last year was a wealthy Vancouver businessman supports a project in Liberia. I made a short film about the project because he didn't like to go to his friends and talk about what he was doing in Liberia. He couldn't figure it out how to do it right. But I gave him a tool to show them. So he's on the video talking about his Liberia project. Then there's the video of what's going on in Liberia, explaining what's happening in Liberia and the good that Hope Foundation is doing. So all he had to do is invite them to a dinner, show the video, and they raised like $100,000 because he had a tool and he marketed to his friends. So instead of Hope marketing to a bunch of Vancouver wealthy businessmen, they find one guy who wants to support a project and he markets to his friends. So that's very important. Like they need a tool, and that's where video comes in. Because video is the primary tool to communicate a story and create empathy and awareness of a situation in a particular part of the world. If you don't have video, then you need somebody who's been there to come in and give a talk with the pictures. It is a very engaging individual. But that's secondary. Video is potentially more impactful if it's done right, because it brings people right there. So that's why I'm here. That's the future of tools.
No,
Are you done?
No.
Is
You probably want to
need this tool of bringing people to Cambodia, showing them the faces of the kids, showing them the people on the ground. Because if you just tell them about it or write an article, nobody's going to care. But if you can create a video, you use good art, you use good music, dramatic shots, genuine people, tell the story right, it gives people in Vancouver. So now I'm passionate about Cambodia and I want to have an event with my friends and show the video and do dinner, Cambodian style dinner, and each person pays $50 to come and we raise $5,000 for this project. This is the strategy of fundraising. And then people go, oh, I want to do an event like that for my friends. So they show the video. So that's why, I beat the drum about why video is important, partly because it's my job, but also because I believe in it as a tool for fundraising to not only young people, all people, but young people are the most affected by it, or the most demanding. They demand it. If you don't have good video content, unless they have a connection with you, like they know it, they're not going to care.
How long is the video?
The video I made for that event for Liberia was 15 minutes. It couldn't be any longer than 20. You have to keep it really short. And so and if you want it to be shareable on the internet, it's got to be 5 minutes or less.
Yeah.
People don't watch stuff that's longer.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Good.
we're doing a 20 years and 20 minutes video for Hope for the Nations, which is a lot to pack into 20 minutes. And then the Children at Risk in Southeast Asia, I'll probably do a 5-minute version for the internet, and then a 15-minute version for events.
Yeah.